Afternoon and good morning. Welcome to your very first wake-up call of the week. We are Monday the 12th of July. It is Craig Laird here. Now, if you didn't know me by now, I am here 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. here in the UK or 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Pacific Time, where I get to delve in and give you a sneak peek as to what to expect throughout the day on Crafters TV. 9 times out of 10, I have at least 3 picks that I personally choose that I want to highlight and demonstrate. We will have a few more. 3 I will be demonstrating, and then we've maybe got kind of like, well, maybe got a new Get It, Got It Good, maybe something else that you'll see just in a moment or two. Then what we're going to do is we're going to delve into a launch day. Now, the boss is back in the building. She was back on Saturday. You absolutely had a phenomenal day with her. You did indeed, and you loved everything that we brought with Sarah and Jan and the full team, not forgetting Bernie on the Sunday. And then that launch day is going to be our brand new scene dies. These are phenomenal. You guys absolutely adored our Christmas ornaments last week, so much so, but by the end of Wake Up Call, 40% had gone. So if you love them, I have no doubt you guys are going to love these. And you're using, over the last few weeks, months, you're absolutely taking the opportunity to shop ahead on Wake Up Call, which is all about getting in there first. Whether it's a launch day like we've got today, whether it's a cart load on a Thursday or a Colour Me Happy, you're getting in there first with Wake Up Call, which is all what it's all about. So launch day being 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then I'm going to come back for Monday Makers, the staple show of the Monday. But of course, I like to think as well that you guys think one of the staple shows of the full week. You love a Monday Makers. So that's going to be 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And we're going to have a look at a few additional items as well that are coming up within Wake Up Call that I've got coming up and Monday Makers, as well as launch day as well. But as I say, every single day, I cannot do this on my own, and he was back after a few days off yesterday, and he's still here for another few days as well. Just actually found out that we are now both on together this Saturday as well, all day together. So that's going to be a lovely way to spend my weekend. But that is Saturday. This is now, Joe.
Oh, this is now. There's a collective sort of somberness across the nation today, isn't there, Craig? I mean, I don't think we can not talk about last night. Obviously, the football heartbreak again for England on penalties after we went out to Germany in '96 in the semi-finals. We lost, unfortunately, to Italy last night. But what an amazing job the team did. It really was incredible. It was. But yes, it just didn't go our way, unfortunately. But today, as the kids say, we move, Craig, and there's loads coming up. Absolutely, there is. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do so in all the usual ways, of course. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe if you are over there. I was here watching the game late into the night last night. Myself,
you weren't the only one, though, were you?
Yeah, myself, Johnny and John were here. You should have seen the guys pacing around the canteen watching the match. But if you sound a little bit hoarse today,
that's why.
That is why, yes. Right. We all left with no voice last night after the game. But we should be so proud of them. Oh,
absolutely. Do you know something as well? And that's coming from me, who knows nothing about football, nothing at all. I'm the one that last week or the week before I got confused why after half time they started shooting in the opposite direction. Didn't know that they changed sides, but do you know something? From obviously the semi-final last week and then even to the final last week, I was absolutely on the edge of my seat. You know, we've got a load of the girls and guys here in the office that don't follow football, for instance, Leanne as well, absolutely edge of the seat as well. So, you know, as my adoptive country here, I was unbelievably proud. And my street, you know, okay, wasn't the result I wanted here in England, but boy, what an atmosphere it was. Flags out the windows, cars playing, you know, the English anthem and that. So it's sad, but yeah, they've done themselves proud. And I even am saying that, considering that I'm not a football follower.
Yeah, and I think it was good to see everyone come together and be patriotic. It definitely gave the country a bit of a lift. So yeah, thanks to the boys of the English football team. I think the perfect way to cheer ourselves up would be some Panto. Oh yes, it is, Craig.
Oh Oh, yes, I think so as well.
A little later, Ben and Georgia will be joining us. They've put a little video together in the series of Panto 101. So I know us guys here in the UK are very familiar with all things Panto. However, maybe you guys across the pond not quite so familiar. Don't worry, we've got you covered there. We'll be hearing from those two chaps in a little while. I actually, I was at the house last night and I found some outfits in the walk-in wardrobe, Craig, which I'll talk to you about later. God knows what's coming up with those, because it was quite an interesting find last night at 11:30 when I got in. So maybe all will be revealed some weeks further down the line. All I can say is wigs and hoop dresses were what I found in the wardrobe last night. So who knows what's been going on at the house.
So really it explains why you're tired, not just staying up late for the football. You were trying some on.
I was maybe having a little bit of dress up last night. Maybe. Do
you want to have a look and see what we've got launching today on launch day with Sarah and Joe? This is our Christmas CD Scene Bundle die collection. 21 elements and storage, but these elements not only include the dies, you get stencils in them as well. So everything that you can see on your screen right now, Christmas 3D Scene Build-a-Die collection, 21 elements and storage, £40 or $48 for you guys stateside. Now look at that saving on the bottom of your screen already. Everyone's saving £15.44 or $18.62. But do you know what? You don't want to be paying that if you are platinum. Platinum, that comes all the way down to £32 or $38.40 for 3 Build-a-Scene die sets here. Now within this top one here that you can see, maybe there, it does say 11. This one, similar to our 3D ornaments, these ones have the worker dies in, and then these have all got the carry-on elements that are creating different scenes. We're going to show you them first and foremost when it comes to Wake Up Call, but that's coming up on launch day with Sarah and Joe. But as I say, it's not just the dies that you get as well. You're getting some totally Tiffany storage as well. I know. So these are going to be perfect to hold all these sets in, or maybe you want to include some of your other die sets into the storage, you absolutely can. But £40.48 here in the UK, or for you guys stateside. If you are platinum, £32 or $38.40. Of course, you guys across Central Europe, you just need to go to crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. It's the place that you need to go. But what we can then do, and some of these are actually going to work perfectly in with the 3D scenes, because this is the Build-a-Bouquet stamp and die set. These enable you to do exactly as it says on the tin. It says Build-a-Bouquet stamp and die collection with 118 elements. Now you can change the colours completely and you can go down the festive route if you want with these ones. But with your 4 sets, including your waterproof ink pad, £42 or $50. But if you're platinum, everyone is going to be saving £33.60 or $40. So that is a really, really good saving. These I've been on in the past. If you've not seen them yet, I just thought, I've not actually done a full dedicated show with them in the past. So although they're going to be on Monday Makers, I thought it's going to be really good to have my opportunity in Monday Makers to have a look at them, but also have a look at them within Wake Up Call as well. So that's your Gemini Build-a-Bouquet stamp and die collection, where you're getting over 118 elements, including the ink pad too. But that's not all that we've got coming up on Wake Up Call as well. We are going from a Build-a-Bouquet to cut-in numbers. These are awesome cut-in numbers. These are good sizable cut-in number die collection. 19 elements, in other words 19 dies. Not only do you get the numbers, you get the words as well. Happy birthday, anniversary, congratulations, celebrations, and they're called the ordinals, is it, Joe? Ordinals. Oh, I got it this time instead of saying the and the th. $29.99 or $39.95. Everyone's going to be saving 25% on that one there, but platinum is going to be $23.99, or for you guys stateside, $31.96. So as I say, these cut-in numbers, you're going to be saving 25%. With the Build-a-Bouquet, you're going to be saving 25%. And then when it comes to the brand new launch today, that is saving 25% as well. So whether it's coming up in launch day, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific time. That's going to be with Sarah and Joe launching them. But then I'd love for you to come back Monday Makers, also with myself and Joe, where I'll be back. We'll be having a look at all of these and so much more, 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern time, or 11 a.m. Pacific time. I think it's fair to say, Joe, that you've got another jam-packed day lined up, going in from a really busy and tiring Sunday into a very busy and what will be a tiring Monday for you.
Oh, it's never tiring when I'm here at Crafters TV, Craig, because we just have, and especially at the moment, this time of the year, with it being sort of in the midst of Christmas, this is something even bigger happening next week with Christmas. We'll tell you about that later in the week. But it's Monday, and I love Mondays, Craig. It's like a whole sea of opportunity lays ahead of us. It's a brand new week, and you know what else it means? It means a brand new Get It, Got It Good. And this week's it is the Gemini midi. Now this machine is awesome. It has an A5 cutting platform. It is a manual machine, and that means it is so quick and easy to use. Just a folder-based system as well, so it means that no plate sandwiches or combinations to worry about here with this. Not only are you going to get the machine this week, we're also going to slap 100 bonus points on there for you as well. So definitely an awesome opportunity to grab a hold of it if you've wanted it. I know it's been out of stock for absolutely ages. We've really struggled to keep it in stock, and I think it's going to be brilliant for a lot of the size dies that you've been seeing in a lot of our Christmas launches too. So if you've been thinking about it for a while, definitely grab it. Get it whilst it's Get It, Got It Good, because we know what happens, Craig, don't we? The Get It, Got It Good often becomes the Get It, Got It Gone before we get a chance to launch a new one, which will of course happen next Monday. So make sure you stock up on that. Now, Craig, I think it is fair to say there has been hysteria about this next collection. So much of it has already gone. We're already making calls, Craig, about that launch day show yet later to see if we can secure a bit more stock. But they are stinking adorable, I think it's fair to say, isn't it?
That is the absolute perfect word for that. Stinking adorable. They really, really are. I'm going to show you some finished samples as to what you can create. Then I'm going to show you our, what we like to call our concept suite, and the different things that you can do as well, because you don't need to use them the way that they're intended. But let's just say a good afternoon, good morning to Shelley. She's from Michigan. We've got Darcy from Delaware, Denise Mills from Trinidad, Connie is saying good morning from New Jersey. We've got Lynn Harvey, Diane, we've got Debbie Tomlinson, Suzanne Roth. We've got, we've actually got so many of you joining, and comments already coming in thick and fast as well. Keep them coming in, because between myself and Joe, we will be going through them all within Wake Up Call. But yes, the brand new launch coming up at 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time, with the boss herself. She's going to be coming up showing you all of the different things that you can be creating with our brand new Christmas scene Build-a-Die collection. 21 elements. That's using the dies inside, but also the stencils as well. £40 here in the UK, $48 for you guys stateside, £32 if you are platinum, and $38.40 for you guys stateside if you're platinum as well. Wait until you see what you can be creating with these. These are so stinking cute, as Joe would say. Now this one here, this, as it's no surprise, is away in a manger. Now these are construction dies, but you've got everything that enables you to construct them, and they fold flat too. No reason to pop your foam pads or your glue gel on instead if you wanted to, but you don't need to. You get the worker die in there. It's all about layering up, creating the scene, as it says in the title. But here is two from the Way in a Manger, but look how different they look when it comes to either your craft card, more traditional colours within this one, or maybe you want to go your silvers, your blues, your whites in this one here. But if you look at both of them, so actually let's show you this one here. Can you see all the little kind of like the stars in the background? And down here in the back could be like Bethlehem. You see all the buildings at the top. That's actually part of a stencil that you get within each set, and I'll show you them in a moment or two. So there is that one. Then if we show you this one is the Christmas Village. Same concept, where you build them up, you slot the little panels into place, and that enables you to create the scene. Same idea with the back here, you've got the snow and you've got the trees, so that creates that definition and that kind of full depth using the stencils. But once again, maybe you've got your hands on a brand new coloured patterned mirror card, and then you can then start to add the snow if you want to, give it a completely different look. And then last but not least, we have got Oh Christmas Tree. So hard to say that without singing. But you have got the stencil that creates the wallpaper in the back. You've got the fireplace in the back.
Hang on, that's not pattern paper in the back there?
Nope.
That's a stencil.
That's a stencil. That is a stencil.
Shut the back door. That's amazing.
It is amazing, isn't it? Now, you could use pattern paper if you want, but no, that is part of a stencil.
Imagine that sort of Starry Night paper from the Year of Crafts in the back of there.
Exactly.
Or how about the, you know, the dusky one from Staycation?
Yep. That's
Divine.
the thing. That's the thing, Joe. So yeah, you can create your own using the stencils that come in, or if you want to, use your pattern papers too. But let's show you the other things that you could do with these ones here. Now, the first three in our black and white form shows you basically the same concept I showed you a minute ago. So layering them up, you can then start to fussy cut little bits out and then start to create extra depth, extra icon element popping out. Then this is here that we have got, as you can see in here, away in a manger. But what about going different directions? What about doing kind of like little pop-outs that you can see here? So please do not think that you can only use them in one way. What about little shadow boxes that you can see here? So if your creative flow is an absolute full force, bring in your scoreboard, bring in your Ultimate Pro. If you have not got one, there might be one coming up very soon. It enables you to do all these different styles. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. All of these, apart from the few I'm going to show you at the end, all fold flat as well. So yes, use them the way that they're intended, using the dies that come within the set. But look at this pop-up box.
That's amazing. I love the fact that it is such a strong concept in its own right, Craig, but then they lend themselves to so many other concepts as well.
Exactly, exactly. And this is where, for instance, this one here, you've got the arch that enables you to do the different concept. And what about a little box too? So many different things. You can then start to cross-pollinate all of these dies within different models that you like to do at home. Maybe you want to use them exactly as they are, or maybe you want to go all out and have a play. That's exactly what you can do. So I've got a relatively simple demo to show you how they are constructed. So I think, Joe, while I get everything all set up, if you've got any comments or anything like that, that would be great. We can then have a look at them and
no, sorry, don't have any. If you
no,
could,
that's fine. That's okay.
I'm joking.
I've got all the bits here.
Comments, Craig. Honestly, people are losing their crafty minds looking at all these amazing things that you can do with these. Gilmore's saying they like intricate wood carvings. A lot of people loving those. Loads of people talking about all the different ways in which they're going to use them. A lot of you letting me know you've already got your orders in. A lot of you savvy crafters out there. Loads of you tuning in from all over as well. Shelley's saying good morning from Southeast Michigan. Marcy is in from Delaware. Hi, Marcy. Denise is saying hi from Trinidad. From Delaware to Michigan to Trinidad to Darlington to Switzerland, Craig. I mean, so international. Nee's saying good morning from New Jersey. Driving on my way to work. Got my CTV, tram and social and my fellow crafters with me. There's no better company today. Lynn is in Essex. Diana's in Indiana. Debbie's in Missouri. Yes, Susanna is in from Switzerland. Yes. Whereabouts in Switzerland are you, Susanna? I'd love to know. Switzerland's somewhere I'd never been. I've always quite liked to go. Susan was saying hi from Switzerland. Shadiah is saying, good morning, Prince Joe and Craig. Home last night. Happy to be able to watch my show today. Looking forward to it. A great day. And Shirley's in Ohio. Ohio, Shirley. Cheryl's new to us. She just found us a month ago, Craig. She's already gone platinum as well, been crafting forever and loves Sarah's products, but I didn't know about this channel. Well, welcome to the club, Cheryl. It's lovely to have you with us. Liz says we should absolutely be so proud of the English football team. They've done so well and boosted morale in the UK. Do you know what, Craig? I think they really have. I was having this conversation the other day with a friend. There's definitely a real feeling of sort of patriotism at the moment in English, in sort of a really lovely, sort of uplifting kind of way.
Yeah.
So it has been great. It really, really has. And no doubt, fingers crossed, it's the World Cup next year, Craig. Do you know next year they're having the World Cup in Qatar, Craig?
Right.
Which is essentially in the desert. So they normally have it in the summer. The World Cup is always around this kind of time of year, July time.
Yeah.
But they're having to have it in November and December next year instead, because it would just be too hot. It's like 50 degrees Celsius in the summer.
Wow.
So I don't know what we're going to do, because our football league is normally over the winter here in the UK. So we're going to have like a pause, and then the World Cup just before Christmas. How bonkers is that?
Does that mean it's going to be back-to-back football all the time over
It's
Christmas?
going to be from August all the way through. So I'd imagine the season will probably start earlier in July, August, and end later in maybe sort of May, June. So it's going to be a whole lot of football next year. I'm not really a football fan, Craig, I must say, only when it's the World Cup or European Championships. When it's England, it's the only time I get into it. But not too long to wait until we get another go.
I'm like that as well, but only when it gets to the important games, like it has been over the last couple of weeks with England. But then, if that's going to happen towards the end of next year, then at least that's a perfect opportunity to just go full force when it comes to crafting.
Absolutely.
You know, win-win, win-win. Right, let's have a look at these here. Now, Joe, this is your Christmas scene die builder collection, or let's rename that to the way it should be, Christmas 3D scene builder die collection. Now what you get is you're getting what will be your main worker die to create your snow globe. What you then get is your next die set. This one creates an additional scene, away in a manger. And then what you've also got within the third one, you have got your Christmas village. So these are the two here that creates your two different scenes, but then within this one, this creates the Christmas tree scene. So you do need this worker, but let's use the away in a manger. These will all go through your Gemini midi or your Gemini junior. So what I'm going to need is I'm going to need my outer die. I'm going to need my little arch here, and then that's all that I'm going to need at the moment. Well, that's a little porky. I need these two dies plus this one here. These two are your side edgeables, so that's what creates the little slots for the little tabs to fold into. And even these squares, these actually hide the workers at the side as well.
Wow.
Exactly, that's what I thought as well when I seen that. It's amazing. All these little attention to details have been looked at and thought of. So that is the bits that I need from the dimensional, the Christmas tree. But what we can then do is we can come in way in a manger for this one here, and then we've got our two scene layers here. So we've got the two of them, plus you've got the star, and you've got a little banner or a little tag here that creates the tag that you can stamp your sentiment onto.
I imagine the star and the banner, you're going to use that for loads of things. I mean, actually, looking at that, Craig, both elements of the scene could be used separately. The worker element could be separate. You've got the star embellishment. You've got the tag banner on there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love how you can really interchange it, how customizable it is.
Exactly.
Also, I can't quite get my head around the fact that, well, you're not really even paying for the dies in this collection, and then you're getting the storage all thrown in as well for free, which is amazing, because that's like what? That's barring change, pennies out, you're looking at £13 worth of storage thrown in, and you're not paying for the dies. Amazing.
It is. It's such an amazing deal to have. It's such an amazing launch as well. And who doesn't need storage for their dies? Everyone does.
Yeah.
Now what I've done is I've done my main worker die here. Now I'm going to use my arch. Now with each of these two levels here, they die cut all the way out, but they don't die cut along the bottom. So that stays in place. Now I'm a way to do these layers all together. If you don't feel really comfortable doing this bit all together, all three dies at once, do it separately. It's no worries whatsoever. So I'm going to tape it down. So I'm going to have the base along this top line of the die here. So let's have it towards the bottom, and then I'm going to secure that there. I'm also going to secure that into the middle, because this is all waste parts. Then this arch, popping that one in, and what I'm doing is I'm bringing the edge of the arch die down to the seam where it meets in the corner edge, and I'm going to secure that one with our low tack tape. So let's bring in this next one, and let's make sure that that's matched up as well. And we can make sure that it's nicely held into place. We're going to then bring this one in here, so let's overlap that one. I'm going to bring in my midi here, and I'm going to roll it through. So what I can then do is, if I've got my Junior, then obviously I can do that using it with it being electric, hands-free, but it doesn't have to be any of our Gemini ranges, any of your die machines that take at least A5 or larger. We'll take them, no problem at all. So if we carefully take all these bits out here, so let's peel that one out. Now you will occasionally, all you'll need to do is just where the two dies meet, snip there, and then snip there. And then what we can then do is start to see the first layer come together. And there's no reason that you might want to do this layer again, but maybe do little bits of snipping if you want to. You are in complete control as to what you create. So that's the first layer. So what I can do now is I can come back with another layer, and I'm pretty much, Joe, going to do exactly the same. The only difference is I'm going to incorporate this next scene instead of the one that I just used a minute ago.
Awesome, so much love for these coming in, Craig. Val says, wasn't going to get anything today, but wow, these are so tempting. I love seeing that concept suite. I think it's amazing. It really is, Val. I think it shows you the versatility that you can achieve with these. Kathy says, you guys are so funny. You make a brighter day. We try.
We try.
I mean, we're not always intentionally funny, to be honest, are we, Craig?
No.
I mean, sometimes we're funny, ha-ha. Sometimes just a bit funny. Maeve says, good afternoon from Dublin, Ireland. Top of the morning to you, Maeve. She says, I bought the well, it's not really morning, but you get the gist. I bought the Gemini Junior and the Daddy Gemini and used them for the first time. And boy, oh boy, they really cut. I'm amazed. Oh, they are incredible. I think we often take for granted our die-cutting machines here, Craig, don't we? Because you just get so used to how awesome they are. Linda Armstrong's just gone for the whole collection. Diana says, amazing how it hides those worker slots. I think that's a really good point. Panda says, would the image from the dies in the Nativity collection last year fit in the snow globe gap? I'm not sure. I think some of them would, Craig.
Some will.
I think, you know, there's that one, the quite modern one of, is it of like the depiction of Joseph and Mary, and it's like their silhouette? Right.
Yep.
You know that one? I have a feeling that might go in there, don't you?
Oh, that would work a real treat. Do you know what would work as well? In the background, there's the die that just says joy. So you can die cut that one out.
Those sentiments would be awesome in there.
So really start to mix and match what you've got at home. It doesn't have to be nativity themed. You know, it could be some other theme that you've got at home. But yeah, have a look. Some are going to complement this collection just beautifully. Others, you may not necessarily think they would work together, but have a little bit of a play, see what you can come up with, and see what other things you can create, not just what we're showing you on Crafters TV today.
A little bit of confusion, just Debbie's asking, the Christmas tree set has the outside part where the scene sets. Does it come with the other two sets?
No.
Does that make sense? So it's the O Christmas tree that has that outer edge, is it, Craig?
It is, yeah.
And then the other two are the sort of interchangeable elements.
That's it, yeah. Excellent. So the O Christmas tree, that is your interchangeable elements for O Christmas tree. You will get the outer die, the worker die, in with this one, but you need to use this one in conjunction with the other ones that I'm using as well. So there's no point in doing this die 3 times over. That just increases the cost. No point for it, just well getting it the once, and you're going to use it with each of the die sets.
Absolutely, and they are all available individually, I'll be honest with you, but the thing is, Craig, you're not actually paying for the dies and getting the storage included when you go for the collection that's on your screen, which is far and away the busiest option and far and away the best value as well. And again, I can't believe we're talking about a brand new concept, Craig, which for Platinum members is around about the £30 mark, less than the $40 mark. I think the Christmas launches so far this year have been incredible, but the value has been off the chart, don't you think?
Again, I could not agree with you more on that one there. Yes, really have gone all out. We've gone to the extremes of really pushing the technology that Leanne and the product development team have been able to work on over the past 12 months, and actually even longer in some instances, and it's only now that it's starting to come to fruition. But yeah, the artwork, the designs, the layout, the concepts are absolutely second to none just now. And this is what's really shining through within our Christmas collections this year.
It certainly is. Kimberly says I can see using any of my peekaboo dies with this as well. Great idea.
Really good.
Brenda says, I'm just about to start my holiday ironing while watching. I've ordered these and I can't wait to play with them. I have friends in mind that would love to receive them. Holiday ironing. Now, is that sort of like ironing to go on holiday? Have you taken a holiday to do the ironing because you just love ironing so much?
Yeah.
Brenda, let me know.
Yeah,
maybe there's like ironing retreats you can go on where you just iron all the time. If there is, Craig, we should find out and send them some of our ironing. What do you think?
Hey, I'm up for that.
Me too.
I don't mind ironing, but I have to be in the mood to do it.
Do you know what the thing is with ironing, Craig?
What's that?
It's all about having an amazing iron. That's the difference. Yeah. So I've got one of those big daddy steam ones, the steam generator ones. Oh, it just transforms the way you feel about ironing. I've become that person that irons bedding and underwear since I've had a big sort of gadget iron.
Yeah.
All of my pants are pressed. That's all I'll say, Craig.
Do you know what it was? Is before COVID, obviously myself and Debbie Fisher would go across to Germany, to QVC Germany, and they had a beast of a steam iron machine, and that's what I'm going to say I found fun ironing all our big tablecloths and that. So yeah, something similar, not to the extent of theirs, but I did treat myself to a steam iron, and yeah, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot quicker as well. That's why I enjoy it. So all that I'm doing now here is I've already die cut the two little interchangeable slots here. So this is where the little parts just pop into place. So what I'm then doing is I've also die cut the little squares that you can see here. Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to pop all of these ones in. I like to secure them with tape, but what I'm going to do with these ones, let's just feed these ones through first into each side, then I'll secure it with tape. What I've done with that big black base here is I put tape on first, but I should have waited because that just takes it a little bit longer for you to manipulate the little panels through because they're sticky with adhesive. But what I'd done a moment ago, these two layers here, where I used the white cardstock and I used the interchangeable seam, this back layer, I only used the worker die here, and that's what creates the panel on the background for it to sit upon. But what I'll show you in a second as well is you will find that come launch day with Sarah, she's going to be showing you how you can use the stencils as well, and that's going to enable you to create additional backdrops, whether it is on your texture cardstock, whether it's going to be on your white cardstock, maybe you want to use your pastes in that, you absolutely can.
Rachel, our social media superstar, an all-round wonderful egg, says, my iron is reserved for foam flowers. I bet you're not on your own there. Kathy says, I gave away all my clothes that needed ironing. I only enjoyed ironing when it was raining outside, and now I've moved to Florida. It doesn't rain and things are more casual. Sounds awesome. And Will Jewett, the crafty crafter, who was our craft ambassador last week actually, says, what's ironing? Question mark. There you go. Some people just don't iron. My mum never irons right, Craig. She has this thing where I don't tumble dry anything, by the way. I always seem to ruin everything when I tumble dry it. She has this knack where she can like part tumble dry things, Craig, then shake them out, then hang them on the line to dry, and they don't need ironing. But I've never been able to learn said technique.
That's, yeah. Well, see, I don't have a tumble dryer, so that's out for me.
I've got a washer dryer, and they're just honestly. You take your life in your hands when you put something in there to dry, Craig.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it'll go in as a size 24, comes out as a size 6 sometimes. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, that's true. That's the thing with them, isn't it? That's the thing. You just don't know whether they're going to.
Honestly, your underwear, sometimes anything with elastic in, including underwear, it goes in straight and comes out ruched. Honestly, it's like, just sort of all like this. You're like, oh, it's these. What are these?
Oh,
the struggle is real. The struggle is real.
Struggle is real, isn't it? Absolutely, it is. Yeah, it's. But I do like having, the washing being outside and air dried. And you get
do you
that
not find
smell.
friends take the mickey out of me, Craig, because I'm always washing or drying or ironing clothes? Do you know what I think it is? I think it's because I work away for half the week and then I'm at home for half the week.
Right.
So whereas normal people would do like one wash on a Monday and then maybe another one on a Thursday and that'd be them done, my 2 washes have to happen in the 4 days that I'm at home. Does that make sense?
No, that makes
So therefore I'm
sense.
always doing the washing. It's like Widow Twanky's laundry around mine when I'm at home.
Always doing some kind of washing. No, it does make sense. It really does
Bit of a
make
Panto
sense.
reference for you there, Craig, ahead of our little Panto 101 video.
I didn't get that.
Aladdin, I believe. Widow Twanky is a character in Aladdin, and she owns a laundry.
She what, sorry?
She owns a laundry.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Ah. Things you learn. Although I'm saying that, I probably knew that. Aladdin. Good song though, Aladdin.
Great Panto, great musical,
Yeah.
great film.
It is actually, isn't it? In general, it's good. Good all-rounder.
I actually love this in monochrome, Craig.
It's
Sometimes I think, we do the monochrome to just demonstrate how detailed the dyes are. But this looks fabulous in the black and white.
I was back and forth on the idea of, do I do colours, do I do texture cardstocks? But I'm always against the time on Wake Up Call. So I thought if I show you the main concept, black and white, you then get the idea as to how you create the actual scene that we can see here. So the Christmas 3D scene, build or die. So the black one here, of course I would usually do it with white so that you can stamp onto it if you want. But if I turn it to the side as well, you've got, my adhesive has just come off. Let's press that back into place. So you have then got your worker die at the side, covers the panels that you can see there. Of course, Sarah will spend a lot more time to show you how you can use them and construct them. With it being construction, I would tend to use our tacky glue, but it does go to show that you can use our tape runners if you want, maybe your red liner tape, but they're so fun to create. There's so many different options as well. You've got that arch die. All you need to do is just cut straight along your background, your topper. What about a photo? So it's a photo within the background of maybe the grandkids or the children, something like that. There is limitless amount of things that you can do with this set here, and it's all part of the Christmas 3D scene build or die collection. 21 elements in total. That's including your storage as well. £40 here in the UK, $48 for you guys stateside. But if you're platinum, that comes down to £32 or $38.40. But within each of these sets, I'm going to quickly just show you in a moment, you get stencils with each one. So this stencil comes away with the Way in a Manger, and this one you've got the stars in the background, you've got the trees in the background, you've also got the village in the background as well. So, not one full complete stencil, it's nicely picked out, nice little chunks that you can pick and choose if you want. And within each of these sets, you do get a stencil as well, with 3 different stencil options. So that is coming up on launch day, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, with Joe and Sarah. crafterscompanion.co.uk here in the UK, .com for you guys stateside, and .eu for you guys across Central Europe.
Yeah, and I love the fact that we seem to be including more and more stencils in our collections now, Craig, as well. That Gnomes collection with the stamps, dies and stencils was absolutely ingenious. Stephanie says, you two are making me laugh regarding how to launder your clothing. The funniest thing, Craig, was when we were in lockdown, wasn't it? Craig was shielding at home. I sort of very impromptu moved to Darlington, didn't I, at the start of lockdown?
That's right.
I had no washing machine. Craig was doing my washing for me, and then I was bringing it home and hanging it out. He's very good. If you ever need a load of washing doing, pop it round to Craig's. He's always very spitable with when it comes to letting you use his machine. Diana says she loves the black and white card, so beautiful. Khaki Blue says, can you use foam layers, Craig, to space the layers rather than the spacer thingy things, as she puts it?
Right, I am going to be 1,000,000% honest with you, as we always are. That's actually what I would do.
Okay.
So, yeah, you've got that worker element there, the little tabs. Me personally, I would probably be using foam pads along the bottom as well. So you've got that option if you want to. If you want it to be really, really sturdy, then yeah, go for it. Your 3D glue gel will work a treat as well. You don't even have to have them dimensional. If you want to lay them flat, of course you can. It's entirely up to yourself. Once you get them home, they're yours to do what you want.
Excellent. I hope that answers your question. Right. I think it's time to learn a bit more about Panto, Craig, don't you?
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, yes, it is. It really is. Now, Panto, for those of you who don't know, a long-standing tradition in the UK here that we absolutely love. And last week, Ben was telling us all about the history of Panto. And he's back with a special guest. Take a look.
It's time for another Panto 101. Now, we've already done the history of pantomime, but I thought it might be quite fun to get somebody in who's performed in a few pantos here in the UK. As you know, I've done a few over the years, but nobody wants to listen to me rabbiting on for 5 minutes. So, another one of our presenters here at Crafters TV is also a bit of a pantomime veteran, even though he's so young. George Aiken is here. You're right.
Yeah, good mate. How are you?
I'm really good. Let's chat about Panto. Let's chat about your favourite character to play and why.
My favourite character to play in Panto is always the dame, the pantomime dame, the matriarchy character, the mother of the group, the head of the family. She's this strong figure. She's funny. She's up for a laugh. You know, she's usually broke. She usually hasn't got much money, but she's the most lovable character and usually has the best lines and the best costumes.
And how do you find, like, when you are auditioning for a role in Panto, what's the auditioning process like?
The process is more about the person. You've got to connect to the audience. There's a lot of me in my pantomime dame. There's nothing, it's not much acting. It's more the personality and having that connection with the audience. The audience want to know who you are. They want to be a friend. You don't want anybody against you. You're not the baddie. You're not the bad person. You're the good person, the nice, lovable person. And you want the audience on your side. So having that connection with the audience. Anyone can be funny. It's not about being funny because everyone can tell a joke. It's how you connect that audience which makes it the most important bit because they want to be your friend.
Do you find you need to have like the trifecta of being able to like sing, to be able to dance, to be able to act, to be in panto? I mean, I think I know the answer to that.
Well, it's a mixture because if you've ever seen a panto, I would call it more a variety show because there is dancing, there's costume, there's sometimes magic in a pantomime, and so sometimes the dames will sing a little song, but I wouldn't really class it as singing. It's more of a charactery song, like the Grand Old Duke of York, that kind of like. It's not really a belting Whitney Houston kind of song. Dancing, again, it's nothing ever going to be complicated choreography. The acting, yeah, there's going to be moments where you've got to act it, but the most important part of it all is just enjoying yourself with it because it's not Shakespeare, it's not a serious crime drama, it is a laughable fairy tale.
With playing the dame, I think the best way to describe that is like you are a bloke in a dress. Because when we've done pantos before, I feel like I've had to act a bit more because I've been like King Rat, for example, in Dick Whittington, who he sort of speaks a little bit like this, and you have to put a little bit of a voice on, and he's a little bit menacing, maybe. Yeah. And then when I've done like Abanazar, for example, in Aladdin, who's like Jafar, he's sort of more, I am Abanazar. Very soon you'll see. No other man in Egypt is more powerful than me.
I base my dame on my nan.
Brilliant.
And my nan is a woman.
Does she know?
I don't know if you know. my nan, I base it on her, is that if you were to go to a house, she would give you a cup of tea, and then she would say, do you want a sandwich? And then she would get like ham out and the cheese out and make you a full buffet. But if you annoyed her, she would tell you exactly where you stood on her. Yeah. But the family comes everything first. And that's it. It's just being me. There's nothing. It's the dame. You are the lovable character, and you just got to be yourself sometimes. And
how have you found like getting ready for a panto? The pantos that I've done normally, you get a script at the start of the week, and then by the end of the week, it's like full on production, and you're doing the show. The
panto, a lot of people find this amazing. That when we do pantos here in the UK, it is literally a 6-week process, 2 weeks of rehearsals, 4 weeks of shows. So the 2 weeks, you might have a week in a studio rehearsing, blocking, getting everything ready, and then you'll have a week in the theatre with the guys doing the lights and the sound, and the guys doing all the management on stage, making sure that all runs smoothly. Costume changes, there's a lot of costume changes for a dame. that's another week of rehearsals, and then it's on, and you might be doing 2-3 shows a day. You know, in a 4 weeks, I could do 60 shows of the same show, but that's what it is. And you know, it's a tradition here in the UK to do pantomime, and it's a tradition for theatres because sometimes the money that theatre makes from pantomime will see it sound for the next 6 months because financially, the amount of money it can take from a pantomime is a big influx of cash for that one theatre.
And also, just to say, like, it's not like I mean, there's professional pantomimes, but there's no such thing as somebody who's just a professional pantomime actor. Like, a lot of people will do pantomime in that month, and then they go away and do something completely different, don't they?
Like me and you, we do this, or you know, we do other things. We might do voiceover work and presenting work, but that 6 weeks of the year, I know that is what I'll do to earn my money, basically. You know, you get paid for it. So yeah, it's you well-rounded people, especially in the UK. Sometimes they have celebrities to, you know, make a cameo in the panto, and sometimes it's about bringing bums in on seats to make the money.
And why do you think panto is so loved here in the UK as far as theatre is concerned?
There's the word, it's the Britishness of it, and I think there is a British, that's me waving a flag. There is a Britishness of it, that it's what people have done. And some people have gone through generation, taking their families to see pantomime. It was a real, it's a real experience. It's a big spectacle thing. So it's that coming togetherness of family. That's the best thing about doing panto. You see generation, you see grandma, you see mom, you see little kid laughing, all at the same thing, and that's the best thing.
Well, in my best King Rat, thank you so much, George, for appearing with us here on CTV. Are we going to be seeing you in a dress anytime soon?
If I get paid enough. No, I'm joking. Anytime, yeah. You know, hopefully, fingers crossed, we could do our own Crafters TV pantomime.
Ooh, now there's an idea.
Ah, so lovely to see Ben and George there explaining all things panto for you guys across the pond. And have you seen Anne's comment,
I've
Craig?
Just seen Anne's
she
comment.
says, who puts the subtitles on these videos? I mean, Stitches reading some of them. Panto Dame come up as Ace of Pandas or Panthers. If you are watching on YouTube and you have subtitles switched on, they are just auto-generated. So it's like some technology that generates them. And sometimes, Craig, they are hilarious. Have you ever watched our shows with the YouTube subtitles on?
I've not seen them on our shows with the YouTube subtitles on, but what I have done is when I do the Facebook Lives from home and I'm on my phone, obviously I've got the screen coming back at me and the subtitles come up that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, there is a couple of times it's caught my eye going, I didn't say that.
No.
It's quite funny though, some of them, yeah.
No, but it's so good to see that. There's such a great explanation, Craig, wasn't it, of all things panto. Do you go to a panto most Christmases, Craig? I try and see as many as I can. I would say I normally see sort of 3 or 4 on average most festive seasons.
Yeah, no, it's not something that I've seen a lot of over the years. In Dundee, we have what we call the Rep, the theatre, and they do some phenomenal, pantos. We also have what was my high school, Carnoustie High School, you know, and then the theatre group and that, they would put on pantos. It's not actually something that I've been to see, certainly over the last 4 or 5 years, but I would, fingers crossed, maybe this year it'd be good to actually go and see one. It'd actually be good to see one. If there was one time back home that I could go home for a few days and see one then, that would be good. I'd like to.
They are amazing. Obviously, you have some massive ones like at the London Palladium. They have some incredible, huge productions with lots of very, very famous people in. But the joy is a lot of the time is in the smaller ones that we see as well. Right, it's very busy, especially on the Build-a-Scene, 3D Build-a-Scene collections. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the opportunity to check out. So I'm going to share with you how to shop, but also all the details of Club Inspire.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Loads of love there for that brilliant Panto 101 with Ben and George. Lynn says, I love going to the Panto. I usually go every year. I'd love to see a Crafts Companion one. Watch this space, Lynn. Watch this space. Laura says, Facebook subtitles have been hilarious, especially about Panto or pants, as YouTube seems to keep calling it for some reason. I have no idea why. I can assure you most Pantos are not pants, Laura, so do not be fooled.
There's lots of big pants in Panto.
Big.
Lots of big pants in Panto.
Big pants in Panto. Right, still loads to come though today. I mean, obviously lots of hysteria and excitement about that big launch, Craig, but then there's loads more coming up, isn't there?
There really is. Loads more. We're now going to be going into Wake Up Call by having a look at what's coming up on Monday Makers with myself and Joe. So that's going to be 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, where we're going to be having a look at these Gemini Build-a-bouquet stamp and die collections. 118 elements, including, you ready for this, a waterproof ink pad as well. I want to say off the top of my head, by closely looking, it's flagstone. So £42 or $50. For you guys stateside. Now you're already getting a really good saving. Each of the bundles I've picked today I've got 25% saving it works out as, but with this one here, if you're platinum, that comes down to $33.60 and also comes to $40. If you are across in Europe, you just need to go to .eu. Now I want you to think in the mind frame that you were before with the 3D build-a-scenes, because same idea in the fact of, different concept, same idea is you can be using them elsewhere, not necessarily just using the Build-a-bouquet. You can then be using them for your penny sliders, you know, maybe your extra embellishments in conjunction with your flower forming. Maybe you want to do a nice little drop of florals and use them as your spinner, instead of spinner characters, the spinner florals. So there really is so many different ways. Love your masking? Use the stamps on their own. Love your shadow effect? Use the dies in conjunctions. You can go to absolute town. 4 sets, including this one here we're going to look at right now, which is Enjoy Your Day. Now you can see within here at the top, this is the stamps. This is how they stamp out, and then if we come down here, this is the dies you get with them, and then down here, once you have then either stamped with your quick dry, water reactive pigment, or then coloured some of the vases in, some of the florals in, this is how they start to look. And mix and match them. You don't have to use all these together. Why not use this vase with our next one, which is all about just for you. So mixing and matching the vases, the florals, the actual aperture, flower parts, for instance, these dies here. But this is again your stamps, then you have got your stamped impression here, your dies. This is how they look once they are die cut out. If you want to do fussy cutting, you can add different dimension to them by cutting into additional layers. But you've then got wishing you well. So you've got the lovely, it's like an old, it reminds me of an old style milk jug. But obviously, you know, you can then have it, theme it, colour it, whichever way that you want. But it's the little detail that the product development team always come out with and add. So the little bows already hand tied, individual bows, all work in conjunction with the dies that come with them. But then last but not least, you've got For a Beautiful Friend. Now you can really go to town by creating your own wreaths, with the dies, without the dies, round the corners if you want. You can start to use these in conjunction with your Eclipse stamp and die sets. So if you don't want to use the stamps that come with those, why not use these ones with the Eclipse sets, or use them with your other components that you've got. Colour theme them in reds and golds for Christmas, or go winter, go autumn, go summer, all depending on the colours that you use. So that's your 4 sets that equal the 118 elements. Then what you can be doing is things like these. You can keep them 100% simple if you want, but if I turn that to the side, the depth that you get, whether you're using Debbie's chunky glue, whether you're using the foam pads that I like to use, it's entirely up to yourself. Bringing in maybe your storybook die. How smart does that look? Now, if you are using the storybook die, that could be so many different colour combinations you've got there. But see, by simply colour theming it, the same way as the pattern paper, gives you that real vintage tone, doesn't it? Really, really vintage tone. And these were made even before our glossy highlights came out.
Wow.
So why not add them as well? Glossy highlights on the glass would make it look as though it's water. Some of our spinner dies and one of our character dies have got tiny little fishes or goldfishes. Why not use them? And then you've then got a little fish jar, you know, you've got all these different options that you can play with. So that's these ones here, I've shown you that one. Then going in with your Ultimate Pro, your scoreboard, creating the apertures that you can see here. Nice small dinky cards that you can see on this one here. But then really go to town by layering up the florals to create your own springtime wreath if you want to. Or then why not use each of the vases with the different florals, pinpoint in certain areas to colour. For instance, colour here, here, pinpointing selective areas. That's going to make it look completely different too. So whether you want to go big, whether you want to stay small, it's entirely up to yourself.
Craft big or go home, Craig. That's our motto, isn't it?
That's the thing. Sometimes you need that little embellishment to go on to a little invitation sometimes. Maybe you just need something. You just need something in that top corner. That would work well on its own. Sometimes you need something to cover a mistake. We all use butterflies. Maybe you just want to use a little floral instead. You've got that option there. It's in your control and your way of using them. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a really nice little dinky easel card, but what we're going to do, Joe, is create them into a little wreath without using the vase that comes within the set that I'm away to use, which is For You, For a Beautiful Friend.
Ah.
That was for you, by the way.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
I was all I heard, and then I thought maybe he was just reading the packaging, you know.
You know, For a Beautiful Friend.
Thank you, Craig.
So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to layer them up. Now, the ink pad you get with it is a waterproof ink pad, but I want to do colouring with my alcohol pens simply because I did have a few bits already prepped in my craft room, so I thought we'll carry on using what I already have so I didn't have to waste anything. But you can then come in with the ink pads you've got on and in the bundle. You can come in with your aqua pens, sparkle pens, glitter pens, etc., etc. And what I'm also going to do, I can already see underneath this ink pad, this set hasn't been used, so I can already see it bubbling away. And that's because the stamp's brand new, it's not been used, and it needs primed. So what we're going to do is I've taken off my ink here, and I'm going to give it a coating with our translucent clear ink pad. So I'm going to stamp that with the translucent clear, and then I'm going to go again with my alcohol proof, which happens to be Noir Black, and I can see I've got a complete coverage with no bubbles or baubles coming up on my stamp. So I can press that in, and an absolute perfection of a stamped impression. And I tell you what, I should have stamped that to show you the difference. Let's see if it's going to bubble with this one here. Right, you see, probably no my luck it won't, but let's see if it will, so you can see. slightly bubbled, very, very slightly. But that just means that because they're brand new stamps, you've still got a little bit of residual material sitting on the top. So by taking your translucent clear ink pad, giving it
It's
a
a
coating.
very clean one, Craig.
It is actually, isn't it? It's really clean. It's definitely not mine.
Ask to see Debbie Robinson's when you see her.
Oh, you should see mine as well.
Oh, is it mucky?
Gosh, yeah, it is so mucky. You can't help but just use it so often. And the thing is, doesn't matter how mucky it is, it's not going to affect any future cards because you're either going to use it as a watermark effect or you're going to use it with your embossing powders. So you'll end up covering up any of the dirty lines that you get. But yes, some of them out there can be a real state, that's for sure. To stamp them out, what I'm going to do is let's bring in my tri-blends. I'm going to go in with pink violet blend and do a little bit of colouring. Actually, might do a couple with dusty purple as well. So let's go in.
And I guess, can we use any of our colouring mediums with these, Craig?
You absolutely can, yeah. So the good thing within the bundle you're getting today, where you're getting the 118 elements, you're getting your Flagstone waterproof ink pad. So that will enable you to use your aqua pens, your sparkle pens, anything that's water-based, you can use that one. But because I had a few of these elements already pre-prepped at home where I had used my alcohol proof, I thought we'll finish that off so that I don't put any of it to waste. But yeah, any of your materials, colour materials, including your pencils, you can colour away.
Fabulous. Those were beautiful cards, Craig. Great job, ladies. Evelyn says, would love to make something like this. Well, this is your perfect opportunity. It will be coming up in Monday Makers with myself and Craig. Monday Makers, Craig, as well. Just for anyone that doesn't know, it's kind of that one show we go a little bit maybe more in depth, isn't it? Not to say there's not something that everyone can learn, but definitely something where we maybe focus slightly more on the advanced side of things, would you say?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a good way to show you in stages as well, which we'll sometimes do is as we are making the card or the project, it's certainly something I like to do, I'll get to a point where I'll say, if you're a beginner, you could stop here and that's going to give you that confidence, you're going to love what you've made. However, if you're more experienced, a seasonal crafter can continue on with what I will do in Wake Up Call, and it lets you see how you can really go to town and you can go from a very basic card or project to a more advanced card or project simply by adding maybe a few layers, a few die cuts. Though if you are a beginner, it is always worthwhile, I think, still tuning in to Monday Makers. I'll always give you ideas. It's me and Joe, so we will try and give you some laughs as well. Intentional or unintentional.
Absolutely.
But it's always a lot of fun. Monday Makers, I love doing Monday Makers.
Great question coming from Dale Hill. It says, hi Craig and Jojo. Oh, I like that. My dad calls me Jojo. He says, what's the difference, what's the difference between aqua markers and tri-blends? Great question, Craig.
So aqua markers is your water-based pens.
Right.
So you're going to need, a water brush to colour in or anything that is water pen to colour in, but your tri-blends are alcohol-based. So this is where you're going to use the blending technique to blend the colours in. So aqua pens are water-based and then your tri-blends are alcohol-based.
And I mean, they're both pens at the end of the day, Craig, aren't they?
Exactly.
But they really are very, very different, aren't they? I almost see sometimes watercolouring a bit more, the water-based pens or the water markers, kind of more like painting really than colouring almost, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. That idea, that thought. Now, I personally, when it comes to starting colour in full stop, and what I mean by that is we can all colour. We were all colouring when we were children. But if you're wanting to start to progress, build the confidence, and this is what I'm away to say next, is what I love about us at Crafters TV and the fact that all of us on the team will sometimes have slightly different thoughts on how a product work or confidence levels. For instance, watercolouring, if you're a beginner, I think is the best, the quickest and the easiest way to build your confidence when it comes to colouring, because any little mistakes you can simply blend the colour out with some more water, or you can go in and add more colour in. Debbie Fisher, she feels for her personally, the easiest and the most effective way to build a confidence is with alcohol colouring.
Okay.
Certainly with the tri-blends, because you've got all those tones in one that you can blend together. It's one of those, give it a shot. Every now and again, there might be some on our website right now, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, where there's tiny little bundles of maybe our pencils or aqua pencils or anything like that you might want to delve into, treat yourself and give it a little shot. Always go back on our YouTube, watch our past shows and build up your confidence if you want. But there's so much that you can be doing. But layering up the colours, I'll do this one, Joe, and then I'll bring in the ones that I've already done. Blending them in. This happens to be pink violet that I'm using now. Really nice
great
colour.
deals as well, all the time. You'll find loads of great deals on the website for all of our curry mediums over there. And they really are, aren't they, Craig? Sort of artist quality at craft prices. I know we say that a lot, but the quality you've got, all developed by us as well, in-house, proprietary ink formula. I'll try that again, because I feel like I just made a noise instead of saying proprietary is what I was trying to say there. Ink formulations as well, so you won't find our Spectrum Noir ink in any other products out there on the market, which is fantastic, so really awesome.
Yep, whether or when it comes down to the ink, when it comes down to the barrel, you know, the team have really given all the thought into how's best to colour, how's best to hold. You hold it the easiest way, the most comfortable way, you're going to get the best colouring effect. So all these different things have been thought of, and there's reasons as to why world-renowned artists are now joining the Spectrum Noir family by using our mediums to colour within their artwork and their projects. And you know, that is a huge compliment when it comes to the product development team. But here we are, I'm using my midi again, using my outline die to cut one of them. Actually, that was two separate flowers, so I could have used both the dies, but oh well. I've got bits already done. So if I then take this one out here, always look at the waste you've got, because that could be a stencil that you're using in the background as well. So you can ink with that one. I tell you what, let's do that very quickly. Let's go in with a blending pad and let's go in with a little bit of ink. So we can then come in now. I'm going to do this really quickly, so it's not going to be in the lines, but say we come in and add the colour through. So this is a really quick way of colouring your flowers without actually stamping them and then colouring them with your pens. So I think this is the right one. Yep, it is. So let's go in now with our ink again. So we've used the mask as the coloured background. Then what we can do is layer that over the top, stamp that one out, and we've now got...
That's clever.
Our coloured flower.
Gives it a bit of a vintage feel as well, doesn't it?
It really does. So if you want to come in with your water brush, because that happened to be a pale fig water ink pad that I used. So don't think as though these are necessarily waste. You can use them to enhance the colouring that you're doing. So have a little bit of a play, but let's bring in these ones that I've already done. And what I've already done as well, Joe, is taken a load of these foliage from the same set, stamped die cut, and then what I've done is cut them out. And then very quickly, I'll explain this before I assemble it. 5x5 card here, and I've created my easel. Let's set that one there. So I've created my easel, and what I've also done is cut a circle using my nesting dies. That creates the easel effect. That's going to go underneath. I've taken an acetate and die cut it with my circle, so we can just see it and no more. But don't worry, because what we're going to do is instead of building a vase, we're going to build up a floral bouquet all the way around, using the florals and using the foliage as well to create a little frame to go into the middle.
Awesome. Really, really awesome. Now, very busy on these. Still very busy as well on, of course, that brand new launch day, which is coming up at 3 p.m. A lot of you getting your orders in on that already. Heidi Hess says, I love watching the alcohol inks dry and the blending. Really does look great when it dries as well. Will, who was our craft ambassador last Monday, says, it was so fun to be on and watch Monday Makers last week. It really is a fun show. Thank you for coming on. If anyone wants to get involved in any of our shows as well, it's really easy to do so. We have a dedicated email address that you can email, whether you want to be on a craft along, you want to be a craft ambassador, you can. Here's the details for you. Along the bottom of the screen there, Crafters TV guest at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Crafters TV guest at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Drop us a line, tell us a little bit about yourself, and hopefully we'll get you on to have a chat with us, because we love it, don't we, Craig, when we get to meet all of our crafty family.
We do. We really do. It's so nice to see. And you know, it's one thing for us to say, please come in, join in with us, but to hear those that actually have done that and coming back and saying how much you've loved it, how much you had fun, it really gives that, I would say, confidence to others that sometimes are a little bit shy, going, oh no, I don't. The one thing we hear, oh, I don't think my work's good enough. Everyone's crafting work is gorgeous. You know, you all bring in your own different designs when it comes to our Crafters Companion products. So please do take part. Always nice to see you as well, and have a little bit of a laugh and a giggle too.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Come and get involved. We really do enjoy it when you do that. Best as I started with watercolour pencils, but watching all of you at Crafters Companion gave me the confidence to try markers, and I absolutely love them, which is awesome. Heidi says you've not put grey round for a change, Craig. Are you feeling okay?
I know, well, there's a few of these florals that I had already prepped. Oh, it was a number of weeks ago now, and I hadn't done the florals. So with it being the weekend and obviously first thing this morning, I didn't have a chance to go back around them all. But yeah, usually I would go around with the greys when it comes to the stamped impressions. But here we are. So I've done my florals all the way right. I needed one more.
You using that glue has just made me remember the last day we were in together and you were having those problems.
A little bit of a meltdown.
You had a bit of a sticky meltdown, didn't you, Craig?
Yes.
What was it? Was it 3D glue gel?
It was 3D glue gel.
Something like 4 of them were blocked.
Exactly.
Everyone that he went to, another one was blocked, and another one. It really made me chuckle.
So all the issues all the girls on the team have with the foam pads that never caused me any issues, I was having issues with the glue gel that day. Funny, wasn't it? But yeah, it was two syringes was blocked.
Two syringes, then a tub,
yep.
And then he ended up cutting the other end off of off the tube just to get it out.
It just had enough.
You missed it. It was very stroppy Scotty that day. What are the size of these flowers approximately, Sue would like to know, Craig?
So for instance, this one, I'll go with the die. So that largest die is just over 1.5 inches by, so 1.5 inches by just over 1.5 inches.
Okie doke.
That's the largest floral, but then you've got all these additional ones as well. You've got the ones for the vase and that, you've got your longer ones as well. So it really is a mix and match of different sizes that you've got. They will all go through your Gemini Mini or your Gemini Go, so that's a lot of fun, being able to use your small die cutting machine when it comes to playing away.
Alison just said, can't believe how fast Craig just fussy cut that flower. And Khaki Blue says, Craig, how long did it take you to be able to cut that fast?
It's certainly years of practice.
Yeah.
It certainly is. But yeah, if something like this, yes, we've got the dies. Yes, I'll use the dies a lot of the time. But if I can, I'll just fussy cut all the way around as well, because just a sheer speed. I needed to put that one there to create my stopper. So let's pop that one there, pressing that one in. For that little sentiment stamp you get within the set as well.
Beautiful, aren't they?
But here we go, because we've got the acetate as well, all the way see-through. Now you actually wouldn't even necessarily have to use the acetate because these are all joined together. You would absolutely be able to use it so you've got that full not only see-through but that full aperture that goes all the way through.
Maybe some vellums would work well.
Vellum,
something like
vellum, or having that acetate. Then what you can then do is maybe pop a butterfly or something in the middle just to accent that centre bit. But that is just one of the 4 sets that then make up the 118 elements of your Gemini Build-a-Bouquet Stamp and Die collection. Now it works out 25% off, being £42 here in the UK, $50 for you guys stateside. But if you are platinum for all 4 sets, including that waterproof ink pad, which is Flagstone, £33.60 or $40. Whether it's crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu, make sure you always shop ahead on the website, which is exactly what you are doing more and more when it comes to Wake Up Call, certainly with these 3D scenes that Sarah's going to be back with later on with Joe.
absolutely. Now, talking of things later on, we've got the most amazing Monday mega deal coming out for you later. It is the Ultimate Pro. Now, check out that saving. It is a UK version, so if you are using UK cardstocks, which means you buy your cardstocks from us here at Crafters Companion, most likely this is going to be the one that you want to use. Now, not only do you get this amazing tool, what you're also going to get is included for free. You're going to get 3 free boards as well. So you're going to get the boxer board in there, you're going to get the special treats embossing board included, and you're going to get sweet things as well, which is amazing value. $31.99, $55.96, depending on where you're shopping as a Platinum member. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to tell you all the amazing features of the Ultimate Pro. Take a look.
The Ultimate Crafter's Companion is an all-in-one compact carry case which is going to allow you to score, measure, trim, emboss and embellish. The case incorporates 10 vital paper crafting tools all rolled into one lightweight and portable product. If you're crafting at home, this makes a great workstation. Or the carry case design allows you to easily pack up everything you need for crafting on the move. With the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make hundreds of different cards in all shapes and sizes. Working with standard card and paper size, you can fold anything, from basic bifold, trifolds and gatefold cards, right up to pop-out, jump-up cards, or even more complex keepsake books. Simply rest your cardstock against the carefully calculated grid lines, read off the desired size, and use one of the specially designed scoring tools to create an accurate and very professional crease. Every card needs an envelope, and with the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make envelopes in any shape and size to match all your handmade cards. Package your delicate craft projects in colour-coordinated matching envelopes and add a professional finishing touch. No longer will you be restricted to making cards to correspond with ready-made envelope sizes. With hundreds of possible size combinations, your imagination is the limit. And for those really special dimensional cards, you can create 3D box envelopes to not only house, but to protect your handmade card creations. Create your own boxes in any shape and size, from a matchbox right up to a shoebox. All of the calculating and measuring has been taken care of for you, so you can simply follow the guide and create custom-sized boxes which fit together perfectly. Triangular, hexagonal, diamond-shaped boxes are all possible, as well as your regular boxes. You can also create specialised exploding boxes or expanding boxes too. You can even make your own favour boxes for those special occasions. Any craft tool box should include a paper trimmer, and when you're crafting on the go with the Ultimate Paper Crafting Tool, you'll need a paper trimmer at your fingertips. The integrated trimmer stores inside the tool and clips into place for easy access. The ergonomically designed cutting mouse holds a standard size blade, which is very easy to replace. Create delicate embellishment for your paper crafting projects with the integrated bow maker. A simple 6-step process will allow you to create perfect bows in an instant. For paper embellishment, you can use the decorative embossing shapes which are featured throughout the board. Emboss onto special papers, vellums or even acetate to create your own intricate toppers. Everything you need comes included with the tool and stores inside for easy access. Each unit includes a full colour instruction book, cutting mouse and ruler, the bow making pegs, and 2 specially designed scoring and embossing tools. Whether you're crafting on the move or using this as a complete workstation at home, the Ultimate Crafter's Companion provides you with all the tools you need at your fingertips.
Oh, what a fantastic tool it is, and great that we've got it on the Monday Mega Deal at such an immense saving as well. Make sure you join myself and Craig 7 p.m. tonight in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. West Coast, and you'll see more of that, I am sure. I guess, Craig, it's time to do the demo of the show, isn't it?
Better go ahead for it. Obviously, with Wake Up Call, we've only got the 2 at the moment. We're away to do another demo in a minute. Actually, will we include the demo that I'm away to do?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
I don't know. I don't think so. Unless you've got if you've got a finished version of it already, then yes.
I've got a finished version.
Oh,
yeah.
let's pop it in then.
Yeah, got a finished version.
Why not? Go rogue.
So we've got one with the cut-in numbers that we're away to do in a moment or two.
Cool.
So we've got number 1, which was from our brand new launch today, coming up after Wake Up Call actually. So we have got our nativity, 3D scenes. Then we used our Build-a-bouquet for this one here, so number 2. I'll start that again. So number 1 for the Build-a-scene, number 2 for the Build-a-bouquet, and then number 3 for our cut-in numbers. This is the one that we're going to do next.
Awesome. So you've got about 3 minutes to vote. So get those votes in. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion, if you are across on YouTube. Right then, well, I guess Craig has shared with us what he's going to do. It looks fabulous, Craig, so I can't wait to see what you do with it. These cutting numbers, I mean, numbers are always going to be so useful, aren't they, Craig?
Oh, they are. Certainly with it being the size that they are. So seeing them on the screen right now, your cutting number die collection, 19 elements, because you've got the numbers, but what you've also got is your sentiments as well as the ordinals. $29.99, $39.95, but if you're platinum, that comes all the way down for full numbers, and also your sentiments as well for all occasions, $23.99 or $31.96. These are kind of a 2-for, because the numbers that die cut out, you can absolutely keep a hold of them as well and still use them as standalone numbers. So let's show you what these ones are all about, this one being the numbers themselves. So you can see you've got good sizable 0 to 9. They are 3 inches by 1.9, each of the numbers. So you can see they're all the way up. But what we've done on this one here, and I personally love it when this happens, instead of only giving you the 6 or the 9, we have given you both the 6 and the 9.
Awesome.
So you're not having to work out spacing, you're not having to flip it around, you've got the 6 and the 9 if you're needing both of them at the exact same time. But then of course you can go on to hundreds, but maybe you want to do 23s or 81s. These sorts of numbers, ages that you wouldn't necessarily find in the card stores. But then you've got your quirky, kind of funky font like when it comes to the sentiments and the ordinals too. So that's what you're getting within the set coming up on Monday Makers. Let's show you some of the things that you can be doing. So these cut into your cardstock. So we've cut them in and then just matched them up with our balloon stamps. But then using your nesting dies to create your concepts. So within this one here, we've done an easel card, but cut in. This one, what we've done, the 1 and the 9, that's die cut out, we have then inked that up and paper pieced it back in. So you can do that if you want to. Shakers, using acetate at the back to create shaker elements. Now, if I go back to a couple that I've just showed you there, so 29, 19, 8, and potentially 5 are not necessarily numbers that you're going to see or find easily within the stores, but it doesn't have to be your cards. It could be your little projects, it could be your little gift bags or boxes as well, if you want to. Again, 38 being a number you wouldn't necessarily see within the stores. And these are really, really simple to use. If you are going to use them on smaller cards, they're going to go through your midi as well as your junior. Your large paper that you're going to cut into, or cardstock, you'll need your larger machine. So I've taken some of the patterned paper here. If I then come in, let's go for number 5, because I had this one ready to go. And what I'm going to do is simply pop that one into the middle. But what I'll also need to do is take off the TH so that we've got 5th. So we're going to pop that one into the side of it, and then I'm going to secure these with my low tack tape, and we're going to run them through the MIDI.
Awesome. Loads of votes coming in for number 3. We're just going to give it a moment more, Craig, for it to declare it the winner. Good job, you included it there, wasn't it?
Just as well.
Panda says, I love these numbers. I've used them so much. Oh, they're such a great size. Fabulous. Yeah, because great for cards, Craig, and great for making things like statement numbers on your cards, but also really practical as well, I'd imagine, all around the home.
Yeah, and not only are the numbers, whereas if you make a birthday card, usually the number, the centerpiece, that's the second attention to detail. Whereas these ones, you're going to use the numbers. These will not only be your focal point of the card, but you know, they are giving you that fully focus on the front of your card. So you're mixing between the attention to detail, the focal point, but also it's telling you what you're wanting to say to the recipient. In this occasion, it's going to be anniversary. But there is our layer that we want, but then you do have these little components that actually pop out as well. So keep a hold of these, maybe a little lock and lock box or a little container or something that you've got, and keep a hold of them elsewhere. And then we are really, really simply going to take our, let's do our dotty tape runner, and then we're going to layer these ones up onto the cardstock and onto the card blanks that I've got just to the side of me.
Awesome. Yeah, loads of love for these. And remember, these will be coming up in Monday Makers, myself and Craig. That'll be at 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. If you're East Coast, 11 a.m. if you are West Coast. Great that you get the waist as well, Craig. I imagine definitely worth keeping that waist, isn't it? Especially if you've cut it in a pretty pattern paper.
Yeah, really worthwhile keeping it. Don't throw them out. Some of the numbers, for instance, the 9, the 8, the 6, and the 4 and the 0, they will come out as 2 separate elements.
Right.
But just keep them together.
Okay.
You know, maybe attach them with a little bit of low tack tape. Maybe pop them into your box then so you don't lose them.
Oh.
But yeah, keep a hold of them and use them whenever you need them.
Well, it's been a turnout for the books, Craig, but 2 has actually just pipped 3 in the end.
Oh, has it?
That's a card of the show, Craig. Yes, indeed.
Oh, well then.
There we are.
So there we go. Number 2 has won. I don't feel confident though for demo of the day.
Why?
It comes with Sarah with a launch day later.
Ooh.
Don't feel confident. Wake up call, Monday Makers against launch day. I'll need to come out with the big guns coming Monday Makers.
You're really going to have to come out fighting, Craig,
Exactly.
in that Monday Makers show.
Have you seen the demos I've got lined up for Monday Makers?
No, not yet.
Oh, just you wait and see. Just you wait and see.
Fight and talk.
Fight and talk. Big guns coming out for sure when it comes to Monday Makers. But here we go, taking a few elements from our Rose Garden collection. What I'm going to do is pop some of these in. Really loving the rose gold and white theme within this one. But taking as well our little happy. I've already die cut. Let's pop that there. What I would then do is pop the bow, and I'm running out of time. I didn't mean to put tape all the way down. Tape that there, I'll show you the finished one. That would go along the bottom there. 5th anniversary with the tab, with the bow. That would then give us our happy 5th anniversary card that you can see there, that's part of the cut-in numbered die collection, where you've got 19 elements in total, $29.99, $39.95 for you guys stateside. However, if you're platinum, $23.99 or $31.96. Coming up in Monday Makers with myself and Joe, 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So the cut-in numbers, Build-a-bouquet, and also the Launch Day 3D scene collection. All of these are getting your saving of 25%, Joe.
which is excellent, isn't it? What a lovely wake-up call it's been this morning, Craig.
It has been good.
It's always nice when we've got a launch day on, obviously to feature those products as well. And loads coming up as well in Monday Makers. I think it's going to be a pretty spectacular day, Craig.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Really chuffed with my 3 picks of the day. Of course, couldn't have a launch day without having that included. But when it comes to Monday Makers as well, I've got a nice selection of different dies and stamps and that as well. And hopefully you'll enjoy the demos when it comes to Monday Makers. Whether you've already got the product or maybe today's the day that you decide, you know what, I'm going to treat myself. And that's exactly what you can do as well. Take the opportunities of some of the good deals that are on the website, I would say.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll come back tomorrow if that's right then, Craig. In fact, we've still got a couple of days together, haven't we? I'll be here Tuesday and Wednesday with you, Craig. And then we've got, I think we've got a Super Saturday together as well this Saturday. Wow.
We do indeed, yeah. So it's starting off the week after today. I've only got Wake Up Call each day, but then that is because I'm going to be in all day Saturday with yourself as well. So that's going to be nice. Nice little change for me on a Saturday. Be nice to spend it with all of you at home. But that's only just begun when it comes to Crafters TV here today with Wake Up Call. We've got launch day coming up at 2 p.m. here, 3 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. And then I'm going to be back, as Joe says, for Monday Makers. That's 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time, where we're going to delve in to Monday Makers and see what else we can come up with what I've just showed you a minute ago, as well as so much more. So go and grab a cup of tea, your lunch, your breakfast, whatever time it is across the globe. Come back and join Sarah and Joe just shortly for launch day.